Good morning, friends, and welcome to iShare Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. Jalaram Transport started way back in 1970 with Kolhapur as its base. The company, with strong focus on quality service, right from day one, became a household name for parcel transportation between Kolhapur and Mumbai. Jalaram Transport, started by Damji Limra, got a fresh pair of wings when his son Girish joined the business. During this time, the industry saw a lot of changes, and Girish made sure the technology and other tools further strengthened the faith of the customers. However, the company had its fair share of ups and downs, but the company got a further boost when the third generation decided to join the family business. Damji Limra as well as Girish are infamously famous for their temper. However, the third generation brought a whiff of fresh air, and this was Vaishakhi Limra, the granddaughter of Damji Limra and daughter of Girish Limra. The eldest of three daughters of Girish, Jalaram Transport got fresh set of feet on the ground, and Vaishakhi made sure she brought the much needed change in attitude. While she may be 27 years now, Vaishakhi still has to prove her age every now and then, thanks to her dainty personality. However, when she is dealing with her clients and even going door to door, marketing the strength of Jalaram Transport, Vaishakhi puts her best foot forward. She is a classic example of what youngsters can do to boost their family business. We had the choice of interviewing Vaishakhi in Mumbai, but we chose to go to Kolhapur, where the roots of Jalaram Transport are strongly planted. It was a delight watching Vaishakhi interact with the staff and even challenge her father on certain decisions. What's more interesting is that Vaishakhi has been the trigger for the company to open more branches, and she nonchalantly drives between Mumbai and Kolhapur, which stops in between meeting existing and new clients. And mind you, she drives alone. So let's talk to this super confident, chirpy, and always smiling Vaishakhi Limra, but on the other side of this very short break. You are watching iShare Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive.
अरे वाह, आज सिर्फ 2 मिनट 23 सेकंड लेट।
हमेशा टाइम पे, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है?
दिन भर डिलीवरी के बाद भी फूलों की तरह इतना फ्रेश, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है?
भाई साहब,
अरे जब तक आप बता दो।
8 घंटे की शिफ्ट, 132 किलोमीटर और बाकी डिटेल्स आपको ईमेल कर दी।
सारा हिसाब ऐप पर, ये कैसे पॉसिबल?
अरे भाई एक्सपर्ट है
तो पॉसिबल है।
Introducing iShare Pro X, an electric first SCV co-created with experts. Expert है तो possible है।
Welcome back to iShare Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. We are talking today to Vaishakhi Limra, third generation at Jalaram Transport.
What is the background of Jalaram Transport? I mean,
While I was in Kolhapur, I've heard it's a very renowned name in Kolhapur. What is the history of Jalaram Transport?
I would say this is actually a very special place for us to talk about this because in 2025, this is where we have come. This is our main operations where we are doing at least 50 tons a day right now. We started 55 years ago. My grandfather started the company, and initially we only had this one route from Mumbai to Kolhapur, and for 55 years now we've only been working on this one route. I remember my grandfather telling me that the first truck to fill one full truck for him to send to Kolhapur, it took him around like 6 months, and then the first profit he earned on that truck was, I think, 10 rupees. And yeah, since then I think he kind of found a great market here in Kolhapur and decided that he would eventually put an office here.
Okay.
So that's what he did. He brought in his brothers. They expanded the company, and eventually Dad joined. When Dad joined, he was 20. I think Dad has a very different role than what grandfather played in the company, was because grandfather built everything from the scratch, but Dad had the real job to bring it, modernize it and make it viable in the real world, right? Because trucking transportation today is, I think, never changed. It cannot change. It's just loads going around on 4 wheels.
It's just the process has changed. I mean, the modus operandi has changed, but the end product remains the same, more or less.
Yeah. So I think Dad did extraordinary because in Kolhapur at least, Jalaram Transport was the first one that went off paper. So we got in a system, we got an ERP. We also got a mobile app, which Dad got in, right? Again, the first transporter here in Kolhapur that did that. And I think Dad played a very big role in monopolizing the market in Kolhapur, because today if you go, like there are 4 MIDCs surrounding Kolhapur. Everybody knows that we have existed for 55 years now. The competition has gone up like anything, but I don't think that it has ever affected our work. Because I think when it comes to this route at least, we have never thought about competing on rate. We have always thought about competing on delivery, and we deliver on the second day 99%. 99% of the goods are today getting delivered on the second day itself.
So that's what sets Jalaram Transport apart from the competition?
Definitely, definitely. We are not competing on rate. We might be expensive than the other, other people, other transporters here, but we are definitely delivering on the second day itself.
But tell me, in a market scenario where, cost is a very important factor while deciding a transporter, does that edge, the cost escalation, does it hamper business, or it's actually grown? It's the other way around.
I would say it has grown, but we did have to take some technical decisions. So to manage the costs, right? What we did was we centralized our operations. We had 5 branches around Kolhapur. We shut them down and we tried to work on our operations, right? And we tried to deliver, no matter what, we tried to deliver on the second day itself. It didn't make any difference closing 5 branches around here. Absolutely. We are still doing the same operations. We are still carrying out. In fact, we have increased our work by 50%, I would say, because we in the last 8 months have opened 6 new branches across just in this one route. We've opened 3 new branches in Pune. Now we are doing Satara, Karad, we are doing Sangli. So I don't think cost is what has driven us at all, to be honest. I think it is the delivery, it is the sense of responsibility that most of my staff who has been working with us for 30 years now, they know what they have to do. We've never have to tell them, and it just made sense.
Volumes have grown?
Volumes have grown for sure. We are doing, so it's been, I think, 8 months now. We started Pune. We are doing great there. It was actually because we had operations in Pune in the past. Everybody knew our name. Even if today I went into the marketing for the first time, I went into the market, I tried to go door to door, talk to people, and they knew where I was coming from. They didn't think I was an outsider, being a woman or anything like that. They knew, good. Yeah, it does. They think we are a household name here, right? Everybody knew us. from the vendors on the street till the biggest shop here, everybody knew us, till the biggest factory in here, around here. So it feels really special that.
I mean, that's actually a very good feeling.
Yeah.
But tell me, Vaishakhi, what prompted you to join Jalaram Transport? I mean, women usually are hesitant to join this business, and knowing your family background, I was not expecting this, to be very honest. So when I got to know you've joined, I was very happy. But what was the trigger that got you here?
I think I've always been a fan of the patriarchy, I would say. So I think it is the men, very strong men in my family that led me. Yeah, I don't think this industry can work without men. I don't think being a woman is a very different or innovative thing that I'm doing. I think that it is them who have supported me through and through. My grandfather especially, taking us to offices since we were like young babies. So he's taught us what it is, and he's built all this. So.
But how was it? How was your first day at work?
Oh my God, the first.
Especially the reaction from the staff.
Yeah, the staff didn't see me coming in as like as somebody who's going to work here at all. I think the staff saw me coming in as their own baby, as their own girl. Like
they would have seen you as a kid,
their daughter.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it was very easy. I think they were happy. They congratulated me, and just. That's how the learning, I think.
So how do you pass on, work or instructions to them when the attitude is kind of, very skewed?
To that, I would say I've been very lucky. There is no work that I had to enforce onto them or anything like that. They always have shown me immense amount of support, and there has always been, if I'm discussing even an idea with the staff, they're always ready and eager to do it and they have suggestions, and I love it when I think my staff tells me that this is what we can do and this is not possible, because I am not on ground all the time, right? They know what the reality of the ground is, so I think it's a team rather than me instructing them. It is going, it's going like that, I think.
But how receptive are they to new ideas that you come up with? Because they've been here for quite some time and you come with a fresh mind.
Yeah.
So is there a clash or a conflict at times?
Thankfully yet, I've not faced any conflict. But yeah, initially it was a little difficult for me to deal with the drivers because you have that transporters generally have that mentality that you're gonna get a little mad at least. Ki ye kyun nahi ho raha hai? You know that something is supposed to happen a certain way, and if it's not happening, and then when you take a step, you see retaliation, and initially you don't know how to handle it.
Right.
But I think I found my way through it, and now I think drivers feel very easy and happy to call me at even 3 a.m. at night. They know that I'll help them out. They know that I'll make sure they are safe. I'll try to contact the workshops nearby and get them to a safer location if there's a breakdown or anything. So they kind of trust me now. So the conflicts have resolved by themselves.
What extra have you done for the drivers to keep them motivated, to keep them within the company? Because everybody's talking about driver shortage. First, do you have driver shortage?
We actually do not have driver shortage at all. We don't face issues like that. Firstly, since I think 30 years now, we have a small fleet, but each fleet has 2 drivers on it, like we just talked about.
Right.
There are 2 drivers. There's not a cleaner and a driver. There are 2 active drivers on each vehicle. Even though my route is short, we make sure that if there is an issue with the vehicle, we are addressing it as soon as possible. If there is a shortest sensor issue or any kind of tire issue, we are addressing them on the spot. Also, we are providing, since this is centralized, this is where all the operations, all the loading and unloading of vehicle happens. This is the only time, few hours, where drivers spend in one place. So we've made sure they have cleaner bathrooms, they have a place where they can sit. We are also arranging for some entertainment so they can have a TV now. So yeah, I think we have made them feel like they're a part of the company and not just somebody who is hired and on the road all the time. And I think it reaches them because we go beyond sometimes. I have seen Dad doing this, that if one of our drivers has some issue with his family, Dad has gone out of his way to help him. If there's Ramzan, my dad has gone out of the way to help somebody's family. So I think
And I
that
think
has
these
kind of
things
worked
make
out
a,
for
I
us.
mean, these things make a difference in the long run.
Yeah.
We will continue this very interesting conversation with Vaishaki after this very short break. You are watching iShare Presents Nai Soch, Naye Raaste, a Trans India exclusive.
कभी सोचा अगर किसी दिन सब कुछ रुक गया तो इन छोटी छोटी खुशियों पे लाइफ पे ब्रेक लग गया तो किसी ने तो जिम्मेदारी ली होगी कि सब स्मूथली चलता रहे। कोई ऐसा जो ऐसे स्टीयरिंग थामे हैं कि हम ना रुके। जो वक्त से आगे की सोच रखता हो, नए रास्ते बनाता हो। शुक्र है जिंदगी की ड्राइविंग सीट पे कोई तो बैठा है, क्योंकि जब हम चलेंगे तो दुनिया चलेगी। आइशर के साथ रहिए 24/7 कनेक्टेड, ताकि ना आपका बिजनेस रुके, ना लाइफ, नई सोच, नए रास्ते।
Welcome back to iShare Presents Nai Soch, Naye Raaste, a Trans India exclusive. We are in Kolhapur talking to Vaishaki Limra, third generation at Jalaram Transport. Vaishaki, operationally, what do you think are the challenges currently the industry is facing?
That's a very good question, I think, because since our last interview, even I've wondered that, the whole industry, transport and logistics, is going kind of towards tech and how better vehicles, even though expensive, just newer, better gadgets and toys, if you would. I think through this, what we found was that being a small transporter, we try to stick to a niche. So instead of expanding and doing all kinds of work around, what we did was we tried to go back to our roots, try to understand how we can serve this area that we have been working in for 55 years now better. So we could always invest more money, buy a new truck, buy new gadgets, invest in AI. That's a great way to go, of course. People with money, bigger companies can do it easily, I think. But looking at the size of the company, we thought that since our niche, if we keep working on this, opening this 6 branches was actually a very big decision that we took, because we didn't have the bandwidth initially to do that, right? It took a lot of for a smaller company, it took a lot of investment, it took a lot of trust that we had to put in our people. But it made sense for us to do that. So instead of looking outside, we went in and saw what our company was capable of and can do best. Right. And it made sense for us. So I think that's the way we took, and it worked out.
But do you think, considering, instead of going all over the place, working on your niche segment and growing within that is a wise business decision?
I would say yes. I know, coming from a younger transporter, it's quite a different thing. But I see, to be honest, when my grandfather put this depot here, within the next 5 years, I saw Amazon coming in, I saw Delivery coming in. And they're doing great work. It's not that they're not doing great work, but they have not affected my market at all. And I think that's only because I'm giving good service here. We are giving good service here. We are from here. This is my family business. We are from here. And it is not, in fact, we have expanded our work, right? So it made sense. Yeah, I think.
Basically, what about on-road challenges? You know, people keep talking about e-challans, then highway robberies. How has your experience been dealing with these issues?
I would say it's an ongoing issue. Through our associations, we are working on them for years now. They have created a lot of impact, but again, we keep facing that, right? Like I said, it also depends on the size of the transport, how they can manage or deal with this kind of issues, because for a small transporter like us, it is quite a big expense to incur. So it would I would say that a lot of help from the association, a lot of friends around, transporters around have helped us with it, but there has to be, I think,
A long-term
solution for
solution
this.
to this,
Yeah. At least if we're expecting our new generations, the next generations, we're also happy about it. So many women coming in, so many young people coming in, but there are no concrete answers to these things that need to be addressed, especially for smaller fleets. I think for people who have actually invested in their own vehicles, it's pocket right out of my family money, right? So yeah, I think there has to be
some
solution.
long-term solution to it. But do you think better roads, tech has made work easier, simpler of sorts?
Better roads would make work easier for sure. I wouldn't say they have, because we don't see them being implied yet.
I mean, what about the expressways and highways? I mean, I don't know if they are there on your route. How much has infra improved on your route where you work?
On our route where I work, luckily for all my trucks route that they take, I drive through these routes, right? So I know exactly what my truck is going through while it's driving, because even when I'm traveling from Mumbai to this side of Maharashtra, we're taking the same route, and to go to Karnataka and those sides, to Goa, towards Goa and all the trucks are taking the same route, right? We have seen some improvements in some areas, but there is a big issue with the Mumbai-Pune expressway and the challans there, and then there is a big issue with some of the parts where there are potholes every season. So that is I think that is something that needs to be worked on, because that takes a lot of maintenance, right? The vehicles are going through a lot of maintenance, and we are just pushing more money into the companies that we've bought the vehicles from, which is not making any sense.
Absolutely.
But yeah, some areas have been worked on, but some areas I think still need to be addressed.
Have you ever traveled in a truck on your route?
I have traveled in a smaller truck inside the city, but not yet. I have not traveled on my route in a truck now.
Nishaki, you recently visited the Eicher facility. How was that experience?
I would say, it was my first time visiting any kind of a manufacturing facility, and as they actually described, it was something state of the art. It was, I've never seen something like this, and the way they explained it, every aspect of it was beautiful.
What about meeting other women transporters? I mean, they were in the wide age group, some younger to you, some really older to you. How was that experience?
It was amazing. I've met some of them on and off, especially some of them based in Maharashtra, but I've never got a chance to stay and explore this kind of a facility with them and actually discuss what goes behind what we do on the road. So it was beautiful. Especially, I think we all were amazed by the all-women's team that they have there. It was crazy for a whole women's transporter team to meet them there. It was beautiful.
And tell me, a lot of women are still hesitant to join their family business. Any message to them that you could really get them? I mean, since you come from a family where there are no sons, so being a daughter and your sister is also joining in now very soon, what would be your message to them?
I've actually been an advocate for family businesses for ages now, I think. As old as me, I think I've been an advocate for family businesses and kids joining family businesses, because I've always thought that in today's education system, today's ways of life, we are taught about expanding doing new things, finding new ways to doing simple things. But we are not taught about duty, and that's very sad. It makes me really sad that I don't think this generation uses the word duty and the duty, because to change anything, I think to make the smallest change in the world or your sector, your chosen sector, you have to make a change inside your family, inside your company. When you see a family business, it is a family, right? So yeah, I think we really miss to see that making a change, helping what is family, will only help make any kind of change outside. So I really believe that any kind of good thing starts from inside.
Finally, Vaishaki, what are your future plans from here on?
That's a very good question. Some might say I'm very young to make plans, and I think I've talked about this before also, that yeah, I feel I'm very young to make plans yet. There are smarter people than me who would like to make plans for my company, and thankfully I still have them around. What I would say, there are two kind of plans I have. One is a personal one, and one is for the company one, the family one. For my company, I think I want to keep my people in. I want to make sure that the people we have here, the people who are working here, contributing their efforts day in, day out, I want them to know that someday there is something, they're going to reap those rewards one day, and they're going to be able to just believe in the future leadership if they can. So that would be my plan for the company at least. And my personal one would be hoping that I can keep this alive as much as I can, or as long as I can. Being girls, I think that would be the greatest achievement for my grandfather, for my father.
It was a quick trip to Kolhapur, which has changed drastically since I last visited the city more than a decade ago. And chatting and spending the day with Vaishaki was an absolute delight. We are so happy and proud to see not just the third generation, but a young lady getting down in the markets, meeting clients and pitching for new business. We hope that Vaishaki will be an inspiration to many other young girls who still think that road transport is a worthless and tough business. You have been watching Aisha Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. We will be back again next week with yet another very interesting interaction. So until next Sunday, stay safe and drive safe. Jai Hind.